Who is Whorm Loathsom? He was a general for the Confederacy of Independent Systems, a Kirkadan from the Kirkadoa planet, which is part of the expansion region of Star Wars. He served in the planetary defense for Kirkadoa and was also a general for the Retail Caucus or the Retail Clan, which he became infamous during the Inner Core during the Clone Wars during his numerous military victories. He believed in the honor and nobility of war, but was also cruel and saw his armies as disposable. His military successes ultimately enlarged his ego, which ended up costing his victory on Christophsis, where Kenobi exploited the honors of battle, where Whorm Loathsom believed that, that we can respect each other, we don't have to be savages about war. This is, of course, due to his military successes, that he believes in kind of the greater, I don't want to say ideology, or the greater rules of war, that there is respect given, that we are at battle, or whatnot. But again, Kenobi ends up exploiting this, and he ends up getting captured and tried for his war crimes, or, criminal doings during the Clone Wars. But I think this character expands the Star Wars universe in small ways. The character Whorm Loathsom was brought up for the Clone Wars for the Clone Wars movie, and same thing with the Kirkadoan species in Kirkadoa. In the expansion region of Star Wars, all of this was added, so this character ultimately expands the universe in that ways. And then also going along with some of my hypothesis for how people ended up joining the Confederacy of Independent Systems is that since Kirkadoa was an expansion region planet, the Republic often neglected those parts of the world because they were so far out or so difficult to maintain or establish order or contact. And when the Republic shows up with a large military fleet or ends up imposing their rules, their laws, their trade taxes, their trade regulations, and they come here and say that this is how things are being done when you are just showing up out of nowhere. Of course, there are going to be some people, some planets, some armies who are going to end up joining the Confederacy of Independent Systems, and this is how the CIS also recruits planets to join as well. That as the Republic neglects or as the Republic imposes its rules, there are of course always going to be opposition, and part of that was Whorm Loathsom. Again, he has numerous military victories during the Clone Wars. I think a lot of this was actually relegated to non-canon, but nonetheless, it still adds to the character, and I kind of take a lot of this stuff as canon that isn't yet defined, or canon that is in the background of Star Wars that isn't necessarily truth, more or less. But that's kind of how I interpret this character with what we know. But also, I also like that it adds like the Retail Caucus and the Retail Clan, because it kind of, again, establishes like, oh, here's some of the trade, here's some of the hyperlane trades, and where this planet comes in with this, and how this species interacted with the Republic, with the Retail Caucus, and just how everything in Star Wars interacts all together. Whorm Loathsom definitely adds in the Star Wars universe in those ways. So that's Whorm Loathsom. Feel free to check out more on him. Check out him in Star Wars: The Clone Wars movie. But until next video, goodbye.